Today I'm doing a video on the time I found out I was pregnant. We'll tell y'all everybody reactions, my reaction. I'm trying to think what else. That's really it. I found out I was pregnant. I was 19. I had just moved to Akron like 2 months prior to me finding out I was pregnant. Um, it was crazy because the night before I found out I was pregnant, me and her dad was getting to it. He was acting funny. Um, and I think I was home by myself because both of my roommates, they was in Cleveland. Um, Sit down. What? So the night before, he was just, doing what a typical dude do, when they cheating, turn off their phone, I answer. So the next morning, my best friend ended up texting me and telling me, like, wake up, I see such and such in the car with this girl. So she told me to get on her Snapchat and go on the girl's Snap. And I see him in the car, and it made me upset because I'm just like, y'all both know he got a girlfriend and whatever. So I end up telling him, like, I'm done. I end up blocking him. Um, you know, After I blocked him, I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I'm about to live my best life. I'm about to do just do a whole bunch of stuff and be happy because I was done because he used to cheat all the time. So, what happened? What? So that day, it was like a normal day. I was cleaning up, cooking, because I was hungry, and the only thing we had was some chicken. So I'm just like, I'm about to fry this chicken. So I ended up frying the chicken and tasting a piece. And it tasted nasty, and I thought the chicken was spoiled at first. So, what happened? I tried to bake the chicken because I'm just like, maybe I ain't cook it all the way fried, cook it all the way through. So if I bake it, it'll taste different. I baked the chicken. It tasted the same, and when I bit it this time, it actually made me throw up. So I'm just like, oh, okay, can't eat that. I think I ended up eating like some cereal. Then I was feeling like lightheaded or whatever, and I thought I was sick or had the flu because I just wasn't feeling good at all. So I had walked down to, I want to say, Akron Hospital, because we had lived downtown Akron, and it was like the hospital from where we live was literally down the street. So I just ended up walking there. So it was just like the typical, when you go to the emergency, they ask you what's been going on. They say to do a P test or whatever. So I told her, before that, I had like pinkish discharge, but I thought I was about to come on my period, so I didn't really think nothing of it. But I told her, like, yeah, I threw up, but I don't think I made the chicken right, and like just explain the whole story to her and why I felt like I was sick or something. So she was like, well, you can take this P test. We can bring you in this room, whatever. So I ended up taking the P test. And getting undressed or whatever. So she came back with the results and was like, you 2 months pregnant. She was like, you 8 weeks. Congratulations. We can get you some prenatal. And I was just sitting there shocked, and I just started looking at her and crying because I'm like, I just moved to Akron. I'm supposed to start school. I'm only 19. And she was like, well, this wasn't planned. And I looked at her like, no. I wouldn't be crying if this was like, planned. So after that, she ended up leaving and getting the other doctor. They gave me my paperwork and everything. And before I left, I ended up calling and telling him, like, I'm pregnant. And I was freaking out. Like, I was the one actually panicking and freaking out because I had took like so many so many pregnancy tests and all that. And I was never pregnant, so for me to actually come to the doctor and find out like I'm pregnant, I'm just like, wow, like this is so dumb. And we had just broke up, so I had to end up calling him, telling him I was pregnant. He was actually telling me to calm down, and he was like, send me the paperwork, tell me what they all said. Um, so I told him like, yeah, I do that when I get home, and I was started walking home. And before I ended up getting to the house, I called my dad and actually told my dad first that I was pregnant. And like, I told my dad before I told my mom because my mom, like, she flips. Like, she don't handle stuff well. Like, she'd flip out and then later come back like, okay, I understand. But my dad, like, he always was the calm one. So I told him, and I just like, don't tell my mom, just wait, but I want you to be there when I tell my mom. So he was just calm about it. And then when I got home, I want to say, I was talking to her dad and was just telling him like what happened. And say hi. But I was just telling him like what happened or whatever. And then I think I ended up coming to Cleveland that day because it was like a Friday. And then 2 days later, I end up telling my mom, and like I didn't even, before I could tell her, I'm just like, Mom, I got something to tell you. And she just looked at me like, you pregnant? And I just shook my head like, yeah. So she was like, I knew it, but she didn't flip. So I was like, okay. And she was actually, like, a couple days later, she told me she was happy for me, and everything was gonna be okay. But deep down, like, when I found out, I was kind of hurt and like confused and disappointed because when I found I told myself, you're gonna get through college, you're gonna get a good job, have everything established before you have kids. Like, I planned to have kids around like 27, 28. So I felt like that was a good age and I would have everything established. And her dad, like, he wanted a baby for real, but it was like he was iffy, like you could tell, because I would be like, what we gonna do? Because I really wanted to get an abortion. And he was like, I do whatever you want to do. So I'm like, okay, well, we about to get this abortion. So I had actually ended up scheduling the abortion, and his mom was going to pay for it. So in the back of my head, I'm just like, okay, everything cool, everything gonna go back to how it was. But like as the day approached for me to go, I just couldn't do it because I was scared, for one, and for two, it was just like, I can't do this because I knew the consequences of laying down and having sex. Like, you was either gonna have a baby, like you was gonna be good, or STD, like something. And that's not necessarily true for everybody, but like just the consequences, like if you doing this, you gonna eventually get pregnant. I'm gonna say, and his parents, like my mom and them took it cool because I was 19 and he was actually 17 at the time we found out, and he was still in school because I had met him my senior year, and he was a sophomore that time, but he was actually 17. So his parents, Milani, his parents wasn't actually happy. His mom wanted him to go to college and play football, and his dad, I don't think he like believed it for real, but it was like, it is what it is with them. And it was some people actually saying that, saying that they think that I had trapped him. Like, I wanted to stay with him, so I had trapped him and had this baby. But my thing with that was like, how can I trap him? I was doing in college, and I had actually broke up with him, so I didn't want to trap him. It was no point. And then my grandmother, she was just like, I feel like you rushed in to having this baby, and just, I don't know, she felt like it was rushed. But we was together for like 2 years when I found out. Um, but I was just disappointed in myself, um, because I was only 19 and I wanted to do so much before having kids. And then just to find, like, I was in college and everything. And when my brothers found out, they were mad too. They was just mad and disappointed. Everybody kind of was, but it was crazy because finding out I was pregnant, it was like the week before it was the 4th of July. I was drinking, smoking. I had got jumped when I was pregnant, maced. So it's just like, dang, I didn't even know. And for me to find out I'm two months pregnant and all this stuff was going on. So I was kind of scared, like, okay, I hope the baby is fine and everything. But they said she was fine. She was good. So overall, though, I'm happy that I made the decision I made, because trying to picture life without her is like just not. It don't even make sense. Like, I'm happy I had her. She like my little blessing baby. And it's different being a mom, because you don't only care for yourself, you care for this whole human being that you made and that you pushed out. And it's a different kind of love, and they like love you and need you, and it's the best thing. You can't break that. But yes, and this is Milani. Say hi. Say hi. You see people walking. But yeah. So that was really it. It was just crazy when I found out, because there was so much going on at the time. But overall, I'm just happy that I'm a mom, and that how everything played out, because it worked out how it was supposed to be. But I think I'm going to do another story time about when I had got jumped, and I didn't know I was pregnant. And probably some more story times, It's a lot. Like, I have a lot of story times that some people probably can relate to, and it'll entertain y'all, because now that I look back at it, it entertains me. It makes me laugh. I'm going to do Never Have I Ever with my best friend coming up. And that'll be it. So we're going to do like another video. Until then, we'll see you guys later.